Pass to Mitchell. Grown man points from Donovan Mitchell.
He's such a strong guy. Donovan Mitchell plays bigger than his listed 6'1" height.
To the paint. Here's Chamberlain. Here's Eden. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
Man, good whistle there.
All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
Yeah, I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up. When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
The ball's knocked loose. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
New York trails by 4. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. The kick out to Banchero. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. The 3, Durant. Oh, Durant, an absolute sniper.
There's the quick release. KD remarkably fast with the basketball.
Knocked loose. Leonard, left side. Outside Mitchell. Outside for Booker. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Booker's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Durant. Closing it on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Durant's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense. It's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Mitchell. Leonard up top. No made baskets yet.
The officials were right on top of that one.
New York shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. New York making a switch here. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Here's the break. Here's Jokic. No good from the wing. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Brooklyn. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First game foul.
And here's Mitchell. And Durant with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. And New York has possession. It's a 5-point game. Here's Mitchell. Again, the miss by Mitchell. From deep, Jokic. Confident shooting from Jokic.
I mean, with his three-point shooting, Jokic is able to draw opposing bigs out on the perimeter, and that opens up driving lanes for him and his teammates.
Pure from three-point range. He's got 9.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. From deep, Mitchell.
And this is so encouraging. When Jokic hustles on the defensive end, it's a big help to his teammates.
It's a one-on-one situation. Embiid doing it all himself.
I like what I saw on both ends that time, hustling on defense to create some offense.
Chamberlain, no good. New York trails by 7. Embiid with it. He's got 6. Outside Mitchell. The 3 is up. Rejected by Jokic.
Oh, look at Jokic using those long arms, managing to get his hand on the ball and knock it away.
Here's Booker. 5 to shoot. Off target from three-point range. There's the 3. Anthony with a bucket. And Brooklyn leads by 10.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Pass to Embiid. The fader. New York again can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 10. Anthony with it. Now guarded by Booker. Back to Anthony. No good from outside. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for New York. Mitchell with the ball. Back to Leonard. Pass to Embiid. And he can't bank that one in.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
New York trails by 10. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Booker. There's Tatum with the 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
O'Neal inside. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. O'Neal's got 11 points.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Got a hand on it. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Brooklyn leading by 12. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. They get the rebound. O'Neal.
One of the best defenders in the league at any position. AD can just smother a dude.
And here's Brunson from the arc. James with the rebound. The 3 from Curry. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Brooklyn out in front, up by 12. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the... And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. A deep 3. Anthony misses. New York trails by 12. Left side Tatum. Nifty move. The shot's good.
Yeah, such a good-looking jumper. Nice high release. Tatum can do this all day.
Oh, got that one up quick. And Brooklyn leads by 12.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul. New York making a switch here. Here's Leonard.
Home team foul. Shaquille O'Neal. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Oh, swiped away. Pass to Jokic. Takes a three. And it's New York with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. Puts up a deep three. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. New York trails by 12. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Embiid. Clock at 6. On the mark with the 15-footer.
Yeah, this is what sets Embiid apart from other bigs. That mid-range game is on point. He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
Now a timeout called by New York. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well during the last break, I heard Mike D'Antoni as he talked with the team. He wants his team to be careful with the ball. He's not happy with the amount of turnovers they've coughed up so far. He believes if they focus on being more patient on offense, that will help cut down on the giveaways. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that.
There's something that is great about Booker. He doesn't take all outside shots. I mean, Devin can score it inside, too.
Leonard with the ball. Durant covering. Looking to get it going. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two.
What you love about Mitchell, he plays with energy, explosiveness, and courage.
Both free throws good from Mitchell.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Oh, KD going to work from deep.
Proof that Durant can strike from anywhere, flexing his range with a deep three.
Anthony up top. This one for three. Connects from downtown. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running. Attacking when they get the chance, always a great idea.
Three-pointer, O'Neal. The rebound by Embiid. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 14. Outside Booker. Puts up a three. Fades away. Brooklyn pulls it in. The three, O'Neal. It's rebounded by Banchero. New York trails by 14. Right side, Mitchell. New York again can't hit.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
That shot is good by O'Neal.
Should just about do it. Big time shot in the final stretches here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
Offensive rebound. Outside Booker. They need this. Ooh, solid defense from Anthony. And Brooklyn with possession here. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Chamberlain misses the three. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside for Mitchell. Back to Banchero.
Paolo Banchero.
Boom! He jams it straight down. Blocked! So we see Brooklyn get the win here. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from...
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. So Brooklyn will get the first possession. For three, Durant. Rebounded by Howard.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
The wide open look here for Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
And stolen by Chamberlain.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
Rebound, Brooklyn.
Seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Now, here's Howard. And another turnover here by Brooklyn. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Over to the wing. Here's Chamberlain. Bird pulls it in. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
A lights-out scorer who possesses incredible confidence. Anthony is such a skilled and explosive player.
There's the drive. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by O'Neal. To the inside. And the dunk by O'Neal.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's Chamberlain. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The wide open look here for Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
And here they come. Out to Bird. To the middle. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length. And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's O'Neal. Out to Bird. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Brooklyn trails by 3. Down low to end the run. Back to Jokic. Good on the triple.
And you just can't give Jokic any breathing room because he is a threat to fire from anywhere.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Bird outside. Back to O'Neal. No good from outside. And here's Anthony for 3. Here's Heaton. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up by... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Brooklyn.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Now Hardaway. Here's Levine. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Smart hoop by Levine. With how many teams defend him, he'll get his shot all day.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Zach Levine. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And James drills them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line. Not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Pass to Mourning. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Brooklyn trails by 3. Outside Curry. There's the pick. Fires the 3. Here's Chamberlain. Lets it go with the 3. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the foul called on Larry Bird. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And stolen by Mourning. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And here's KD for three. Hands it from downtown. KD's got 5 points so far.
The confidence that Durant has in his three-point shot is something special. He doesn't doubt his selections at all.
For three. Hardaway, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Inside. And stolen by Chamberlain. Outside Anthony. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Kept alive. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Pass to Chamberlain. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. It's on Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. So it's both teams making substitutions here. That one drops. He ties it up.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
For three, Levine. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The three-point stroke from Jokic, it just looks confident.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Pippen. Here's Kemp. Off the left rim and out. Brooklyn leading by 3. To the paint. Here's Chamberlain. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length. No way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
Left side, Levine. Deflects the pass. Jokic with the steal. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so Levine will bring it up now for Brooklyn. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by James. And here's Anthony for 3. Rebounded by Bailey. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Pippen. The end of the drought. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Brooklyn leads by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And here's Bird for three. And Jokic with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 5. Pass to Durant. Screen by O'Neal. The three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Left side, O'Neal. And here's Anthony from the arc. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Outside Howard. Brooklyn with the ball. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Shaq. No good off the front iron.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Bird with the bucket.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Pass to O'Neal. And they cash in right away with a quick shot. O'Neal's got his first points of the game.
Well, O'Neal is a point machine. If he gets the ball where he's confident, he can just be merciless.
Brooklyn trails by 8. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Pass to Howard. Launches it. Drills it from outside.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Here's Chamberlain. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Chamberlain got 8.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The ball goes to Brooklyn.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Stolen by O'Neal. Here's Howard. Finished off the break. Howard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, reward the big man. Howard getting out and running in transition.
Here.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
One of the most ferocious dunkers we've ever seen. Shaq capable of bringing down the entire basket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Durant, no good. Brooklyn trails by 5. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Howard. Three-pointer, Bird. Rebound by Anthony. Brooklyn with the ball. And Anthony sends it back.
He works so hard on the defensive end. Anthony proving to be a difference maker.
The tray. O'Neal with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Sinks the triple.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
And Bird, here we go.
I can't think of a shot or move that Larry Bird doesn't have in his arsenal.
Durant, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
The shot's good.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bird outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Brooklyn shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And he can't get the first one.
Larry Bird.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Normally, he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
LeBron outside. Misses the three. And the rejection by Curry. And we've reached the end of the third. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets under. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here is Jordan. From deep LeBron. Here's Chamberlain. Kicks it out to James. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain. LeBron's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Brooklyn. Rebound, Brooklyn. That's tipped. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Brooklyn trails by 8. Hardaway with the bounce pass. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Both teams making some changes here. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said they've played well in certain areas, but the lack of detail to the defensive boards has allowed their opponent too many second-chance opportunities. And that, he said, is the difference in this game. You have to get busy on the glass, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
Smart play there. I don't think we give Wemby's IQ for the game enough love, but he was a pro in France at a young age, and that obviously gave him a lot of experience.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Brooklyn. Good momentum, 8 straight points.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
O'Neal from long range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Brooklyn trails by 19. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Levine with it. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the rejection by Bird.
The ball goes to Brooklyn. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Hardaway. Looking to end the run. Past the Morning. 3 on the clock. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Morning's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bird outside. Puts up a deep 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
That one goes in.
And you can see Levine's potential as a primary scorer because of how easy he can make it look inside.
They get it back.
Brooklyn foul. Penny Hardaway. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Spins. And stolen by Irving.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
Off target with his 3. Brooklyn leading by 14. Bird way outside. From deep three-point territory. The rebound by Alonzo Mourning.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
The opposition had no answer for them. The way they attacked him relentlessly was so impressive, man. That was a good win.
Brooklyn foul. Zach Levine. Second personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite-level passer.
And the rejection by Wembanyama.
Coming onto the floor for Brooklyn. LeBron James.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Levine, the bounce pass. Here's Mourning. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist.
A great look provided by Embiid. The big man just dropping dimes.
They grab their own miss. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Brooklyn ball.
Brooklyn with the ball.
Brooklyn foul. LeBron James. First personal foul. Third team foul.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for Brooklyn. Penny Hardaway.
And he sinks the second. Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. James misses. Down low. Curry from deep three-point land. And the miss. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Berry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Here we go.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Here's Durant. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Derek Lively.
Terrific work from Durant that time, able to use his length and his frame to get the contact.
And both free throws good for Durant.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
And Jokic throws it down hard.
Wait a minute. Jokic has got some vertical, too? Wow.
Doncic with it. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title. But Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Embiid from outside. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. The 3, Durant. The rebound by Atlanta. Doncic with it. O'Neal covers. Pass to Lively. Blocked! And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. We played just over a minute here in the first. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
He's just too quick to the cup. No one near him to get postered.
Jokic gets the bucket. Jokic has got his second basket.
Jokic being assertive now on the inside. He can move anybody around.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Outside for Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With the drive. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Now you have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
Here's Chamberlain. Offline with a 3.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
And he gets that one.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Now here's Embiid. He makes it from the left block.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
And that one's good by Durant.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here's Doncic outside. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. On the wing, Durant. 5 points in the game. Nails it from 3.
And Durant, one of the purest shooters in the league.
Here's Mobley. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
On the wing, Durant. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I think he just has a great feel for what the defender is thinking. Durant using the up fake there to draw the foul.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. So both teams making some changes here. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Hardaway hits them both. Here's Curry. Anthony, left side. Lets the three fly. They get it again. Here's James. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. Atlanta trails by 3. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And a deep 3 from Curry. And they'll get another chance. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Ingram. With 4 on the clock. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Brooklyn. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Here's Jordan, and it's blocked by Embiid.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
Outside Ingram. Pass to Embiid. Stripped it away. That's tipped. And stolen by Hardaway. And here's Ingram. Kicks it out to Hardaway. This one for 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up to Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. Anthony misses.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Outside Hardaway. From deep, Mobley. Knocks down the long jam. Mobley's got 7 points.
And remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. And Atlanta making a change here. Brooklyn trails by 5. Here's James. James goes up for the jumper and arcs it in.
Confidence and LeBron James go together. Knows when to float the jumper off. That time, great touch.
Outside Bull. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Mobley. Shot clock at 5. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on LeBron James.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Mobley.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Here's Bird. Here's O'Neal. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Mobley, left side. There's a minute 54 left in the half. Pass to Embiid. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good position. He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Inside. And stolen by Bowl. And here's the fast break. Now Hardaway. 5 points in the game. Embiid from outside. That bucket makes him 3 for 5. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
They have also been superb at blocking shots. Just the timing has been impeccable, setting the tone on the defensive end and making those guys think about what they're doing with the ball.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Substitution on the court.
Brooklyn trails by 8. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Out to Leonard. From downtown. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Pass to Hardaway. Mobley with it. Covered by Wembanyama. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. Free throw good, Mobley.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Mobley. Left side, Wembanyama. Leonard outside. For 3. The putback. Ooh, Wemby! The putback!
A terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Harden scanning the floor. And Atlanta misses again. And stolen by Hardaway. To the inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Leonard for 3. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Atlanta on top, up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Hardaway with it, and Anthony picks him up defensively. Kay outside. Pass to Howard. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3. Howard's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. On the take, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Jokic, for a guy that size, he does just such a great job of moving the ball, a great conduit for the offense.
Brooklyn trails by 6. Three-pointer, Anthony. And James Harden pulls it down.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Gay inside. Bull, good look. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Bull's got his first points of the game.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Timeout called, Brooklyn. Brooklyn with the ball. Knocks it loose. And here's Jokic. Pass to Durant. Back to Jokic. Now here's Durant. Defended by Harden. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Atlanta leading by 8. Fast break, here we go.
Well, Kevin Durant showing off that within this offensive scheme, he has the ability to set up his teammates.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Hardaway to the left wing. Pass to Bowl. Brooklyn pulls it in.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
O'Neal misses. And Atlanta with possession here. 6-point lead. And it's Gay with the miss. Three-pointer, Anthony. Howard grabs the miss. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Harden from outside. O'Neal pulls it in. For 3, Anthony. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Melo not afraid to pull the trigger from deep that time for 3.
Atlanta leading by 3. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his 3rd foul so far.
Second team foul. Into the lineup for your home team.
1:24 left to play in the 3rd quarter here. Pass to Gay. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's O'Neal for the tie. Here's Jokic. No good with a layup. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Now here's Hardaway. Left side Bowl. And the layup is good off the glass. And Atlanta leads by 5.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough. Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Outside Hardaway. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the 3rd quarter. Here's Bowl. Brooklyn pulls it in. This lead is up for grabs.
Yeah, each possession has an importance.
Durant's shot is off.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And that one's good. Bowl's got 6 points.
Now, I don't know if you would consider this, but he's got such a nice touch around the rim. Maybe you foul him there?
Substitution on the court.
From the inbound. Curry! He can do that too, folks.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there. Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Atlanta on top, up 5. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the 4th quarter of basketball coming up next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Jordan. Durant looking around. Fires the 3. Cole grabs the board. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Doncic. Pass to Gay. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Jordan. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Ingram on the wing. Kicks it to Doncic. Nice D from Durant. And stolen by Hardaway. And they're pushing it up. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Yep, that one goes. Jordan's got his first 2 points.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Brooklyn making a switch here. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his 4th foul of the contest. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute played. And that one's good. Oh.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Hardaway on the wing. Pass to Bowl. Back to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Now here's Doncic. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the 4th. Pulls it. Anthony misses. Atlanta leading by 7. Here's Ingram. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Nikola Jokic. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You've got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
He's simply staying aggressive right now, and Jokic is ready to shoot at the biggest moments.
The free throw drops for Jokic.
In tense situations at the line, they can count on him to keep his cool.
1:51 left in the 4th quarter. Outside Harden. Screen by Embiid. A shot from the high post. Harden with a bucket. And Atlanta leads by 6.
Well, a master from the mid-range. Harden so good at finding available space from that distance.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Brooklyn's coach was going over with his team. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what coach is looking for.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Stretching the defense out. You have to stay on Jokic from that range.
Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
One thing you can say about Embiid, he never shrinks from the moment.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Chamberlain. Outside Durant. Launches it. Mobley grabs the board.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Outside Booker. Pass to Embiid. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Eaton. Embiid covers. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bam, just kicks it out.
First personal foul. 14 foul.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Great job at the line, and it's now a 2-possession game.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Yes!
Despite a laid-back nature, Durant demands the ball in crunch time. This is why.
And Atlanta with possession here. They've led by as much as 10.
And there's only one option. They need a triple.
Now, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game! No good!
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Durant for 3. It's good. Did he get it on in time? Counts at the buzzer.
That's a field goal.
Wow. The winner at the buzzer. It doesn't get any better.
Man, I'm just blown away. Absolutely as clutch as you can get. People are going to be talking about that shot for a long time.
So we see Brooklyn get the win here. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last